David Menzies for Rebel News here at the Canadian National Exhibition Fairgrounds. And the X is about to kick off. That is kind of a melancholy thing. It's fun going to a carnival, but it is really the unofficial end of the summertime, given that the X ends on Labor Day, and then it's back to school and whatnot.
Let's go to the X. Oh, baby. Let's go to the X. So much at the X. Oh, baby. Let's go to the X.
Now, we wanted to attend Media Day, which was either this morning or yesterday. We don't know exactly when. That's part of the problem I'm going to get to later. And I do have an idea why Rebel News has suddenly been deemed persona non grata. You see, folks, as a freelancer, as a member of the Sun News Network, I was always welcomed with open arms to Media Day to do one of those fun pieces. Hey, the carnival's back in town. But not this time. My emails to the Media Relations Department were not returned. I even reached out to the X's public affairs company, somebody called Tran. I don't know if that's her name or her gender identification. But anyway.
So much at the X. Oh, baby. Let's go to the X. So much to see, the CNE at the X.
Radio silence, not even acknowledgement. So it's very odd. And then I started to connect the dots. Do you know the CNE has a brand new CEO? And who would that be? Well, it is Mark Holland. Mark Holland, surely not the same Mark Holland that until very recently was the federal Minister of Health. Oh yeah, that Mark Holland.
We shouldn't touch this topic. People don't want to talk about it. I was the first health minister, or probably the first member of parliament, who talked about the importance of pleasure in sex.
Oh, yeah.
It isn't pleasurable if you don't have that as a family value, the importance of pleasure in sex.
And you see, I really think that's why we were given the runaround, why we were given the cold shoulder. Federal Liberals do not like Rebel News reporters asking questions. I mean, let's go back to a year ago, January. Remember when I tried to ask Fraulein Freeland some pesky questions in Richmond Hill? Check it out.
Ms. Freeland, how come the IRGC is not a terrorist group? Why is your government supporting Islamo-Nazis? What? Excuse me. What are you doing?
You're under arrest for assault. Why are you pushing me? You're under arrest for assault.
Yeah, so by the way, we are suing them over that. Stay tuned for further details in the months ahead. So here we have Holland basically as the chief carney, as opposed to the carney who is the prime minister in Ottawa. What a coincidence. And by the way, what does Mark Holland know about running a carnival? Has he even been to a carnival in the last 20 years? And I say that, folks, because I think Mark Holland's most infamous quote was when he said last summer, if you're going on a summer road trip, well, shame on you, because you know what? You're killing the planet. Check it out.
Mr. Speaker, good news, kids. You can take a summer fun time vacation where you're locked in a car for 10 consecutive days, nonstop with no bathroom breaks, and the Conservatives have a plan for you to have that summertime fun. And the cost? Give up the future of the planet, right? Don't worry, kids, about climate change. Don't worry about taking action on the planet. Enjoy your 10 hours in the car and let the planet burn.
So you know what, folks? I wonder now that he is running a fair, has Mark Holland changed his position on summer road trips? Sure, the X is a beloved Toronto tradition, but people from out of town come, from out of province, maybe even out of country. What if they're driving here? Ooh, is Mark Holland suddenly okay with that now that he's got skin in the game in terms of being the final destination? Unbelievable. Another thing, speaking of hypocrisy, check out this op-ed piece published last June in the Globe and Mail. It is entitled, "The State of Men's Health in Canada is a Crisis We Can No Longer Ignore." And yes, the author was, Mark Holland. Suddenly he's concerned about health, specifically male health. And I'm looking around at the food service kiosks here. What do we have? Deep fried pizza, maki sushi, corn dogs, also deep fried. How about an ice cream chicken sandwich? You know, that kind of sounds like a heart attack on a bun to me if you're going to make a regular diet of that. So how is it the guy that was just saying less than 3 months ago, we got to be more health conscious, especially men, and you're serving up all this crap on the midway? Does this guy believe anything he says or writes?
He is absolutely beyond reproach, sir. I have spent my entire life, as you have, fighting for the good in this world. And for you to accuse a good person of not caring about human life, shame on you. Shame on you.
But you know what? I guess we'll never know, will we? Mark Carney, the Prime Minister, he bans us from press conferences. Mark Holland, the Chief Carney, he bans us from Media Day at the X. And, when you speak of Carney, I have to throw to that immortal line from the original Austin Powers movie. Do you remember the 2 things that scared Austin Powers?
Only 2 things scare me, and one is nuclear war.
What's the other?
Excuse me?
What's the other thing that scares you?
Carnies.
What?
Circus folk. Nomads, you know. Smell like cabbage. Small hands.
Yeah, carnies. Hey, Mike Myers, whatever happened to elbows up?
Wow, you really are Canadian. Yeah, but let me ask you, Mr. Prime Minister, will there always be a Canada?
There will always be a Canada.
All right, elbows up.
Elbows up.
In the meantime, such is our fate, folks. We missed all the excitement. We missed the presser. We missed an opportunity to ask questions of Mark Holland. Not that he would answer us. In fact, maybe it's a good idea we didn't come on Media Day. I am absolutely certain we would have been frog marched off the fairgrounds by the Toronto Police Service. And at the end of the day, I think that tells you all you need to know about the Canadian National Exhibition. Sometimes it's a happy-go-lucky carnival. Other times, it's a control freak show. For Rebel News, I'm David the Menzoid Menzies. Well, as they used to say on those Fantasy Island ads, fun? Wow. Anyways, folks, we try to bring you the other side of the story, but sometimes those in charge, whether it's Carney on Parliament Hill or the Carney here on the fairgrounds, given the Liberal DNA, they don't like to be queried. But that's not going to stop us. Here's the thing, though. We need your help. Unlike the mainstream media trained seals, we don't get a nickel's worth of Carney's slush fund money. So please go to rebelfieldreports.com. That's rebelfieldreports.com. And if you're able to, kindly make a donation.